How's it going, fam? It is May 15th, 2020, and I am outside. So it's a Friday. I set my work calendar for the week. Always do this, right? It's subject to change. Don't The beginnings of my entrepreneur life, subject to change. So I set my schedule this week, Monday through Friday. Picked my days, right? 5 days a week. And I get off of work at sundown on Fridays. So this Friday has not been productive. Like, I didn't do anything I was supposed to do. I pretty much woke up and talked on the phone. It was a very chill day. So I noted that, okay, one of the things that I know that will help me is to create, my schedule the day before. What really worked, because yesterday was very productive. What made yesterday so productive? I started the day with 3 objectives. Like, I had 3 things I had to get done, and I had pretty much all day to get those 3 things done. And those 3 things I got done because I set an objective. So I noticed a trap when you're kind of like first getting started into entrepreneurship is that time management, that switch from employee to essentially being able to run your own business. And even if you're like doing your 9 to 5 and then coming home working your 5 to 9, aka your side hustle, your business, I noticed that sometimes we have a tendency, just like in school, to say, oh, I'm going to study or I'm going to work from this time to this time. But, how we actually, when it comes to actually how we spend that time, we end up kind of just wasting that time. Maybe we'll do a little Facebook, maybe watch a little YouTube, maybe we started doing what we were supposed to do, and then, oh, look, we got distracted. So I found that instead of necessarily setting brackets of time for time management as a new entrepreneur, rather than just say, okay, I'm going to work from, I think the hours we set for this week to work were like from 12 to 9, which I quickly realized, kind of just watching myself, kind of figuring out my schedule naturally by watching myself. What are my natural work cycles? I start shutting down at 7 p.m. It doesn't matter if I got to the computer at 12. Sometimes I notice that, okay, yeah, my intention was 12 to 9, but maybe I woke up at 11 and it took me till 1 o'clock to really be ready for the day. Now, I admit that's way too much time, but instead of like, okay, I'm gonna do this and try to make myself stay to that particular schedule, instead I'm taking that observer approach. When I leave myself to my own devices, what's the natural flow? And then building a schedule around that natural flow. So, okay, if it takes me about 2 hours to get ready for the day, plan that 2 hours in the day. So I would say step number 1, still kind of set I know I want to work from about this time to this time. Okay, set that time, and then start watching yourself and kind of record, well, how did that go? Kind of keep a diary. Well, I didn't wake up. Why didn't I wake up at that time? Okay, what happened? So that you can essentially start having something to reflect back on, to be like, okay, I know if you make that incremental 1% improvement a day, maybe you didn't wake up at 11 o'clock like you wanted to because you were watching YouTube until 3 in the morning. Okay, you know to stop YouTube at a certain time so that you can actually be awake for that next day. And in those critical moments, yeah, I know what I should do, those key moments where we have a choice to either do the same thing or make that different decision is our windows of change, our windows of changing not just the next day, but ultimately how our whole life will play out. Because really, our life is just days stacked on one another. It's just a bunch of days and a bunch of decisions built up over time that equals where we're at today. So with that in mind, by making those incremental tweaks, knowing that this tweak isn't just for the moment, this tweak isn't just for tomorrow, but this tweak, although it seems like a small deviation, can literally change the entire direction of my life, getting me more of what I say I want, rather than where I'm at, which might not be what I want, or at least not what I say I want. Because I'm really about helping you guys and myself, helping myself and you all have more of what we say we want and less of what we say we don't want. You know, right now, I don't want my credit cards maxed out. Right now, I don't want to be living in this house. I love my house, don't get me wrong. But I want a bigger house because I have a lot of hobbies. I have a lot of interests. I'm single. I have no kids. I have a roommate because that's companionship, that's company. But, you know, I'd like more space to have a dedicated YouTube room. I want more space to have a dedicated, you know, office room that I can put a couch in because my roommate doesn't, you know, he has a bad back. He doesn't like working in chairs. He likes working on couches. So I want an office that's big enough that I can have a couch so he's comfortable, he can work in the way he wants to, and I can have a desk because that makes me comfortable. That's what I like working in. And then instead of keeping all of this in your head, write this stuff down. Start keeping a journal, like you can call it your legacy journal, like that's what I like to call mine because I feel like your life is your legacy, and everything we do kind of builds off and creates our legacy over time. Or you know, you can call it your business binder. Call it whatever you want. I like writing things down. But even if you choose to put it on your phone, put it in a Google Docs or some type of WordPress document, just get it out of your head, but put it into a system that you can go back and later find that. Some people use Evernote, some people use Google Drive, some people use good old paper and pencil and binder. Let me know what you like to use, what you might want to use to kind of keep records of your daily incremental intentions and changes. So in terms of time management for entrepreneurs, time management that I've taken from this is kind of first set an intention, you know, especially with time. You know, what hours are you going to commit to building your legacy, building your wealth, building your business? Okay, write that down. So for me, it's right now it's set for 12 to 9 for this week. All right, so I set my intention every day. Write down how that intention went. You know, did you start work at 12? If not, why not? What actually happened? Write that down, and then write, okay, and then kind of have a description section saying, you know, what did you like about that? What didn't you like about that? You know, what would you change? What are you gonna do differently? Or are you going to be like, no, nothing, I don't want to do anything differently. I feel like the way that it went was absolutely perfect and I loved it. Until you can get to that point where you love it, you need to write down what needs to change and do differently so that you can make that change moving forward again. You don't have to cold turkey change. We're not talking painful changes. We're talking small micro changes over time. And then honestly, I would say once a week, go back and review that because we have a tendency to forget that we have a pattern of maybe being a little bit, not the wisest managers of our time, right? So I'm gonna go do those action steps right now because today did not work out the way I thought it would. My 12 to 9 intention, one, I think I woke up at past 12. Then I don't even think I ate breakfast, which is crucial for me, and especially with my mental health and my making sure I'm all the way there for my business, right? I think I had like 2 oranges, no mandarin oranges, and yeah, I'm gonna go make all those notes. So set your time intention, you know, because if you're kind of just like, oh yeah, I might do it in the morning, you really have nothing to be accountable for. Writing things down, making a decision, writing it down, and having something, even if it's just yourself, to hold you accountable, it goes a long way because then you're just looking at yourself every day. Because really, when it comes to being successful in business, creating a multi-generational legacy for yourself and your family, the thing in between you and what you say you want is looking back at you in the mirror. God's gonna do his part, right? He's there. You're praying to him, God help me, please, you know, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, okay. You know, you have that faith, that's one word. But he also says faith without actions is dead. So we have to meet that faith by moving towards what it is that we're praying for. God has no obligation to answer your prayers, by the way. But by believing on him that his, you know, let his perfect will be done, you do your part to match that. And then you leave the rest to him. You leave the rest to him to transform your heart, to transform your habits, to transform your mind. I like this format. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think about the video. What system are you going to consider using for your legacy development, right? Is it going to be a binder? Is it going to be Google Docs? Is it going to be your phone, a folder? Because remember, write these things down because it holds you accountable. All right, so let me know what system you're going to use below. I love you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you like content like this and want more content like this. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye.